Hello fans, I'm Kevin Piland and welcome to the Kevin Piland Show. Now, I have some good news for those of you who haven't heard yet. You can check out my episodes of the Kevin Piland Show on the radio now at slayerc.listentomyradio.com. You'll be hearing it mostly at 8 p.m. or 8:30, around that time frame, so please keep that in mind. It's a segment that will be aired on a friend of mine's radio station. And no, I'm not going to say who he is, but I'm going to tell you that he will play some good music. So if you'll check out his radio station page, I think you're going to love it. Now, there's something else I want to talk to you about today. Mike Cole, for the first time now, has a Facebook page that everyone can agree upon. Now, I have to admit, he reminds me of Chuck Woolery. I don't know why, he just does, you know? He's one of the coolest guys I've ever watched on KRBC. Now, I know a lot of times things work differently than others. And, in case you haven't heard, you know, I did an episode about a week and a half ago about this unusual email I got. It turned out to be a fake email that I received. So I wondered, why did this station's logo get used against them? Because they've got better things to do. They don't want to have to put up with something like that. That's just so not them. Now, some of you may be wondering why I didn't say much yesterday. That's because I didn't have a whole lot to say. Now, a country music superstar and all others have been kicked off the plane within the past couple of days. First John Rich and now another celebrity going through the same thing. What is going on with those two? Now, we all start to wonder what is going on. Or why it is that we don't usually get what we get. Or why it is that we don't usually get enough likes on our Facebook page. For instance, my show page now has 7 likes total, including myself, because I'm also contributing to it. There's no money involved, but there will be soon enough. It's just going to take some time, but there will be soon enough. Now, things will change from time to time, and so when they do, you'll notice them. Now, yesterday's episode may not have featured it, but if you look on the bottom of the screen where it says TKPS HD, you'll be wondering why it's on the screen. And there's one story you gotta see, and this is also from WKYT, and so are the rest of the clips you're about to see. This one's about a guy who was just minding his own business and was delivering pizzas when 2 men came right at him demanding money.
As the driver pulled up to the intersection, his night of delivering pizzas quickly changed. He became the victim of an armed robbery as 2 men held him up at gunpoint. For pizza delivery driver Paul Pickett,
I'm kind of mind-boggled.
a typical night on the job was anything but.
I don't know what to think right now.
The Mad Mushroom employee was delivering pizzas in Lexington near UK's campus when a stop at an intersection made a turn for the worse. Pickett says 2 men, both armed with guns, approached his car at University and Crescent Avenues, demanding he get out.
Put me at gunpoint and laid me down.
Once forced to lay in the street, Pickett says the situation got worse from there.
Put my head down to the ground and held me there and then told me if I looked up they were going to shoot me.
The two robbers demanded cash and other items from Pickett.
Basically just robbed me for all my money.
He says the men ran off as he got up and made a call to police. Now, as you might have been able to tell in the video as we talked with him, he did have some markings and some dirt on his face, but other than that, he was okay and was not injured.
And that was Angela Bevan reporting. Now, another story I want to get to you today is also from Brittany Pillet's former anchor at KRBC. Now, this story is about homes that were damaged in the Kentucky area. Now, one woman, you'll see in the video, says she does not want to be upset because she's afraid she might get a heart attack. But I want you to take a look at this video and tell me what you think afterwards.
Heard some noise, some blastings, but nothing like it was last night.
Construction work to build a new Kroger has been going on for months now, but last night was the first time that rocks and debris came crashing through Patty Merriman's roof.
I'm diabetic, so I got up and went into the kitchen to get something to drink. And when I got something to drink, I heard this boom. It was 6 o'clock when I looked at the oven clock, and then I heard another large, big boom like that. And oh my God, and the house shook.
Merriman says that the only people that came to check out the aftermath were the firefighters.
Of course, it was raining, water's coming in on my furniture and the rug, and they put a tarp. They climbed up and put the tarp on top of my roof for me.
While the tarp offers a temporary solution for Merriman, she knows that the problem is even greater than what she can see.
They almost themselves fell in. They're the one who told me that the trestle was broken because they almost fell through.
And despite having a hole in her roof, debris covering her bedroom, Merriman says that she's thankful that she wasn't struck by anything that came through.
Well, I'm trying not to get too upset because of my heart.
The construction company tells us that the two families left with damage to their homes will soon be contacted by insurance adjusters.
And again, that was Brittany Pillet's reporting. Now, my last clip of the day is also from WKYT about a man who was lucky to be alive after he had to defend himself from two guys who have robbed his place a year ago.
His injuries evident. How many stitches did you get?
I got 2 in my eye and got the top of my head glued.
William Eckler talking to us first after surviving a bloody battle with a masked man.
It was a life and death situation.
While on the phone with his wife Monday afternoon, he says 2 white males approached him at his business, B&N Towing.
I told her, I said, this don't look right.
He says the first man walked right up to him, trying to sell him an alternator.
The other guy kept his back to me. And then when he turned around, he had his mask on and pulled his gun out.
That masked man demanding money.
And I said, I ain't got no money.
It's a road he's been down before.
You think they hit you last year at this time too?
December the 12th.
So this Army vet wasn't going to take any chances. He pulled out a gun out of his back pocket and shot the man once in the hand and twice in the abdomen.
He jumped on top of him and started beating the hell out of me with a battery.
Bleeding from his head, he said eventually the man gave up and both men took off.
This day and time, if you don't defend yourself, the police, they do the best they can. They ain't always around.
Maybe most upset, though, his wife, who heard the whole thing play out.
Because my phone was in my pocket.
But she could hear what was going on. Gosh, what was she?
And she told me she's terrified.
The same 2 men he believes robbed him last year ditched their getaway car at Maryland and Newtown, according to police.
Last time they got $4,000.
Wow.
That's the reason I don't have that in my pocket no more.
But this time, this husband and father almost lost more than money.
If I'm gone, how are they going to fend for themselves?
So you're feeling pretty lucky to be alive today.
Yes, sir.
And Eckler says he won't feel safe until both of these men are behind bars. I talked to police tonight, and they say while they haven't made any arrests, they are still actively searching for both men.
And that was Andy Cunningham reporting. Now, that's going to be the end of the show for me. I'm Kevin Piland, host of The Kevin Piland Show, and I want to thank you for watching. And if you haven't yet checked it out, go ahead and do so. You'll be hearing me on slayerc.listentomyradio.com. That's the number 2, that is. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and like my Facebook page. It's The Kevin Piland Show. Or you can subscribe to TKPS 1000 for my new episodes of The Kevin Piland Show. Thank you for watching and listening.